If you had issues dealing with occupation on Insane, then this is the video for you. As you can see, we're in a pretty rough start, only one way to go, and that is forward. Inside are 3 grub worms that'll give us 75 food. That food will leave us with 67 after we've hatched all the workers, and give us just enough to place down a mortar and hatchet. Once the egg is hatched, you want to bring your workers into pheromone marker 1 and open up the tunnel. And just stick them in there and let the ants do their work. They will kill a few of your workers, but they will eventually die. So just be patient and let the AI do its thing. Alright, now that the threat is taken care of, we need to bring them back into our nursery group so they can replenish the eggs. And then we can slowly start collecting all the food around here. We are also going to set up a food store right there in the corner. Just those 9 tiles will be more than enough for the entire game. We have just cleared out all the food in the main area, so now we will dig into this area. There's going to be a bunch of woodworms, just free food, so go ahead and grab that real quick. So once we have finished gathering all the woodworms, we'll have 7 workers and 7 mortars. So now we want to dig into down here where there will be 2 Devil's Coach horse larvae. Pretty easy to take out, and then that's a nice surplus of extra food. So from the food that we have taken from this pocket, we were able to add 2 mortars to our army. Next, we're going to go up north and tunnel into this area where there will be 4 larvae instead of the 2.
The battle.
And there's also some wood lice there, so that'll add handsomely to our total. After we have cleared out all the food, we now have 12 mortars and 7 workers. We're going to keep it up north, and we're going to open this up where there'll be an adult coach horse. Just take this out. It's going to be a little bit of a tougher fight than the larva, but you should be able to handle it right now. Yeah, it's going to take out a few of your mortars, but that's fine. All in the name of progress, eh? Now, what you want to do with the food from this adult larva, or this adult coach horse, is you want to reinvest it into your spitters. You want them to be as decently upgraded as you can. From that one pocket, we were able to upgrade 5 of our shooters to level 2. Next up of our list of victims is going to be a mole cricket, right here. Food might get a little dicey, but we will still come out on top. And the amount of food you get from this one mole cricket is just too much to ignore. So you're going to get a bunch of food from these 2 pockets. What you want to do is I'm going to upgrade my food stores to the maximum possible. I'm going to put some temporary speed tiles down so that way we can upgrade them even more. There you go. Right here you can see we have 490 food. That'll carry us through the rest of the game, and we can delete these speed tiles when we're done. Also, keep upgrading your spitters to level 3. Make sure they're as upgraded as possible. Okay, you want them to be strong. Okay, so right here we can see that all my shooters are at least level 2, with 4 of them being level 3. And we are going to open up this pocket. There's only 2 slave makers in there. And right in here is a secret stash of a dead Devil's Coach horse adult. It's 100 food that's just hidden away. Trust me, 100 free food. I'm going to take advantage of that. The slave makers were no problem. And now we can just get, what, 400 food for free, pretty much. There it is, our glorious hidden prize. There's also hidden food down here. That's why I just dig out all the tiles, because I feel like it. Alright, I've learned that sometimes the devs, they like to sneak in hidden little pockets of food sometimes. Tricky guys, tricky. Alright, so I've used all the food to upgrade my shooters to level 3 or level 2 if they can't get level 3 status. Now we also have a lot of other food left over. So what are we going to do with it? Well, we are going to put that into a few workers. Just 7 to start off with right now. Alright, I think I'm going to bump it up actually to a few more workers. Just a few more. Let's make it an even 10. Alright, we're going to open this little pocket of slave makers and should be fine. Also, we're going to continue adding to our spitters now. Now that we have at least some ants holding the front line, we can start expanding our spitters again. And we're going to open up this little pocket. It's only got black ants in there, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Yeah, they're not too big of a threat.
themselves.
And then we're going to get this pocket of wood worms. Free food. Sitting at 17 spitters and 10 workers, we're going to charge into this pocket of ants right next to our queen. Now the level 3 spitters should be able to handle this with their splash damage. Since we have some new spitters, let's make sure they're up to par. I'm going to save 60 food just because you always want reinforcements. And we're going to dig into this nest just to the north of our new area. Going to be some larvae, which shouldn't be an issue. We have upgraded all of our spitters to the max, and we have even expanded our workers to 16. Next, we're going to open up this small pocket of 4 slightly charged larvae. Total count, 20 workers, 18 spitters, and we are going to open this pocket. There is 1 larva that is supercharged in there, so it's a lot of food, but we can take them on if we are strong enough. We're going to hang back here and let them come to us, because they will absolutely rinse every single one of your workers, and that's why you need the mortars to rinse them first. All right, we're going to fill out the rest of our mortars. We are not going to make any more mortars aside from upgrading them. The max is 24. That's the magic number. Don't you forget it. In fact, if you made it to this part of the video, write down 24 in the comments down below, so that way I know you made it here. Now we open this. Just a bunch more larvae. Should be not too much of an issue. And we open up this one in the top right. We're just going to not add any more ants. We're just going to upgrade our mortars to level 3. All right. Remember, ABU, always be upgrading. I leave about 60 food in reserves just in case I'm stupid or something. We're going to open up the spider area up north and turn off food gathering. Sometimes your ants get a little stupid.
The battle.
There we go. Spiders taken care of. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And if you look, I made a saucy pattern out of our ant tiles. Can you guess what it is? Next up, we're going to go down here. I'm going to save a little bit more food than normal because I know this can actually be a pretty tough fight for your workers or for your ants. Down here is going to be a number of slave makers. Like I said, this one can be a little rough, so be ready for it. There we go. Yeah, they broke through the workers and they did start killing some of the spitters, but it was fine in the end. By the way, pro tip, if you put down just a few speed tiles like that, just those 4, you'll be able to upgrade 3 more of your mortars to level 3. And there we go. Then you can just delete them for some extra food. Open up this pocket, which will have a wolf spider. Not a threat. And then in here is like, I don't know, 200 worth of free food. Yeah, 200 free food is just sitting in here, all hidden. Sneaky devs, sneaky. All right, just so you know, we have completely dealt with all of our mortars, okay? We're not getting any more mortars. We're not upgrading anymore, okay? We are done touching them. What we are going to do is be spamming a absolute ton of workers. Now that we have a much larger army, we're going to go in through the back door of these spiders. Remember, just to add an absolute ton of workers. You know what, I think 55 is a good number for right now, and we're going to add some more workers to the nursery group. Let's just do 7 for now. With a whopping 13 food, let's open up this little pocket. It's got a few slave makers. We've already established we can handle them. And there's 150 food in there. Yay! In fact, you know what, let's be ballsy. Let's open up this pocket too. There's even less slave makers in there. Now we're going to go north and clear out these mole crickets. Next up on our murder spree, we will be going into this top right corner. There's going to be some supercharged Devil's Coach Horse. Well, the larva and the adult. But there's a lot of food in here, so I kind of want it. So off in this little corner, I decided to put 13 worker ants to supplement the additional 7 that came with the queen. I figured 20 worker ants should be more than enough to resupply all the ants. So now we're sitting at 80 worker ants, and we're going to open up this little pocket to our right. Going to be pretty easy. I know we can handle it, no problemos.
The battle has begun.
Look at those mortars melt. Woo! Spicy. Next up, we're going to continue to be in the same general area, but we're going to expand our workers to 90. And then we're going to open up the bottom pocket. Inside are 4 very supercharged black ants. Like they're borderline OP with how tanky and how much damage they can do. Jeez.
The ants must
But our mortar, if we have enough worker ants, our mortars will be able to handle them no problems. We're going to shift gears to the bottom left and take out a few tiger beetles. Time to murder. Here's Ant Queen. There we go. We just secured what? 600 food at least. So now we have our final ant counts for the entire level. 24 as much as we could upgraded mortar ants. 20 workers in the nursery chambers. And 100 out on the front line. We're going to keep going to the south, west, and open this up. Going to be a bunch of slave makers. If you are not ready, they can wreck you. So just be aware of that. As you can see, I had a bunch of workers, but they still went through them. Next step, let's open up this area. There'll be 2 tiger beetles. Not an issue.
the ants must.
Honestly, they're way easier than this mess. Oh yeah, word of advice. Later, just for the last fight, we want our nursery group to not gather or attack. Just keep that, make sure you do that before the final fight. Our second to last pocket will be this one, so let's just open it on up. Once again, these black ants are slightly charged, so it can be difficult if you are not ready. Alright, this is what we've all been training for. It comes down to this, the final fight. We have 100 workers, 24 mortars, 13 additional workers in the nursery, alright? We have plenty of food. We have 500 or 490 stockpiled. You got food lying around. If you wanted to, you can make more workers, but I'm not going to, okay? This, to me, like, I already did this once, and it worked like this. If you want to make more workers because you got the food, feel free. We're going to put our army right about here-ish, alright? And then we're going to send someone to open on the pocket on up. A new challenger approaches. 4 giant tiger beetles. We're actually going to fall them back to inside the area. We kind of want to surround the tiger beetles. We want to just kind of swarm these tiger beetles with overwhelming numbers. 1 down. 2 down. Can we get a 3rd soon? Oh, looks like the one on the left is going down pretty fast. There it goes. We have 40 workers, so we have plenty of troops left to take on the tiger beetles. Down it must fall. And that is how you beat Occupation on Insane. At first I tried using the melee wood ants, but they are so garbage. Like, I don't care how efficient they are for their food, or like how much damage they can tank. It's just every single game like I've done on Insane where you have wood ants, you just always go with workers. You never go with the melee. Like, using melee is a death sentence. Anyway, I hope you did enjoy. If you did, consider liking, consider subscribing, all that jazz. I'll catch you in the next one. For now.